I'll tell you this, Sinners, I don't know. I read a Variety article and it said Sinners isn't doing well. It said Sinners is just, I mean, just a letdown of a movie. Just a complete and utter failure. Are original movies dead, chat? Is that it? Are we done with original movies? With the failure of Sinners, I can only assume movies are indeed over. 6 weekends out and still in the top 5, but still doesn't have as much money as Lilo and Stitch. Oh, what? Okay, what is going on? What is happening? My hands aren't even up. What is going on? Is there like a new voice activated thing? What's going on? I'm like losing it. I'm being like gaslit by my camera. No, turn off gestures. Okay, jeez. What's going on? Let's see. Huh? Perfect. All right. Too bad Sinners wasn't as good as Morbius. True. Yeah, I know Morbin Time was easily the best because, as we've seen, and as we all know, Morbius was so good that they had to release it on Discord numerous times. Do you know how many times people posted Morbius in Discord servers? Not once have I seen anyone post Sinners on Discord. So, I mean, jury's not even out. The jury, the court is in session. It's a guilty verdict, alright? You're out of your Phoenix Wright health bars. Also, Snow White total gross after 10 weeks is only 87 million. Stitch probably got a huge bump from Memorial Day families. Well, how else do you memorialize such a perfect movie like Lilo and Stitch and celebrate the holiday than with Lilo and Stitch? Ohana and Obama mean nobody get left behind. Alright, chat, if the game is too loud, as always, just let me know. I don't know what you're talking about. Snow White was great. As we all know, I'm a big Gal Gadot stan. You know, I watch all of her movies at least 20 times in a row. When I watched Justice League and she went, Kyle L! I went, wow. Wow. So good. Wow. Amazing. Give her Oscar, Emmys, Tonys, everything. Alright, let's get into it. March 22nd, 2:14 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, sorry to wake you up, buddy. You go back to sleep. Why is Gal always villain? What are you talking about? I love Gal Gadot. She's the best actress in the world. She's literally, she can do no wrong. Didn't you see Wonder Woman 84? One of the best movies of all time? Because she's a villain in real life, it's typecasting. I don't know what you're talking about. What? I hope they bring her back as Wonder Woman in the James Gunniverse. I can't wait for her to go Kyle L. You know, it's just gonna be perfect, right? Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way! Not cool and collected Adrian. Oh, not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. She was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impacts' missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impacts suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Alright, alright. We gotta stay, you know... We gotta stay... 10 toes attention, chat. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt On Guard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Ah, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was it that bait and fry? It reminds me of fishing. Fish fear him, chat. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness. Please testify to the court. About what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Alright, let's go. When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. I went into the crime scene, chat. I went into the crime scene and poured myself some of the evidence. I tampered with it. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Alright, let's go. Time to press on everything. We're gonna bully this lady. Beep boop beep. And what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time? Oh, what happened? My game. There we go. Haha! He was taking a nap. Honk Schnoo. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then, I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you... Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object. Right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Did you go to Mr. Huan's room? And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Huan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Well, let's press further. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon? What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Korida. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. How do you see anything from that? Come on now. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Let's press. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Ooh. A flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser. Oh, it was originally on top of the dresser. So wait, hold up. Roll with me for a second, chat. If it fell off, wouldn't some of it have landed in the guitar case? Roll with me on that, chat. I don't see any liquid inside this guitar case, or any stuff that should have fallen in it. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Onto the guitar case? Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Alright, now let's press on it. What kind of flower vase was it? That's not important. It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what you would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to. For Maya's sake. Alright. I trust this. I trust this. I trust this. It's this. So, if it fell onto the guitar case... Oh, never mind. There is some water, but only on top of the lid. Oh! Okay, so, it's either this... It's either this or this. Because, if we look at this, it's open. It's open in this photo, but there's water on top. Alright, chat. Let's see. Which one do I do? I know it's one of these two. Yeah, we got it! Okay, there we go. We got it, chat. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews! You testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. We got her, Chad. Dead to rights. Throw her in jail. Throw away the key. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with... Oh, and what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She got done diddled, she did. We caught her up in that one. Hello, Crazaloo. Welcome to the stream. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Ugh. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yes, because it would be, okay, because it's open in the photo. I had awoken. Welcome to the world. Good morning, VR Ken. Hope you're doing well. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. Up here. Up. There you go. Alright. The guitar case. Let's go. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. But her fingerprints aren't on it, chat. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. And why would there not be fingerprints of hers on the case? Because she was wearing the Nickel Samurai costume, chat. Look at this. Big brain, galaxy brain thinking I'm doing right now. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Alright, let's go. I've already got it, but we're gonna press her on everything, because we gotta bully her. Gotta keep her on her toes. Edgeworth, I love you and all, but can you turn the dick in your personality by, like, turn down the dick in your personality by, like, 5 levels? I don't think he's literally capable of such a thing. Man, everyone literally thought he was dead for, like, a year. Dude just didn't care. Dude just does what he wants. He YOLOs it. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see, are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? He faked his death for a year and has the audacity to give me attitude for crashing out? Yeah, see, that's just Edgeworth. That's edgy wedgy boy. In a nutshell. She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corrida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I died for a year. Get over it, right? It's not like you changed your entire life course just to save me from myself and my mentor, and I should have left you at least a I'm alive text or anything. No! That would be silly. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. Alright, we got this. Was it really empty? Oh, maybe the suicide note was in there. Huh? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. You know, considering that last message, it's crazy how he told Gumshoe before everyone. It's because Gumshoe's a good guy, he's just dumb. Like, I can understand telling Gumshoe. Like, no need to make the guy worry. Like, at least Phoenix Wright does a good job and does his job well. Gumshoe not only doesn't do his job well, but is constantly, like, getting his pay cut. The man needs a little bit of sunshine in his life. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. Even I don't know, you do know. You're looking for the suicide note. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Have a little professionalism? That's insane for you to say after the past year. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. I'm Mia, I like to talk in riddles. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. Look, Edgeworth, it takes a lot. I want to have Edgeworth's level of confidence and arrogance. I would love to have that, in fact. I would be so content. Alright, so, she must have opened the guitar case. However, only has his fingerprints, doesn't have hers. I think this is what we should present. Fingers crossed, chat. Alright, let's go. Yeah, the music stopped. I got it. There we go. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? I'd want to be Edgeworth just so I can be Edgeworth, but emotionally reasonable. But then you wouldn't be Edgeworth. I would just take it. Good with the bad, alright? Emotionally reasonable, Drake no. Just overconfident and arrogant as all hell, and have your own, like, office that has awards and shields and all sorts of other stuff, Drake, yes. It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Oh. What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That's strange. Because we have her fingerprints on the wine glass, most likely. Literally, what else are we to assume? You were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange? Fushigi-na? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yeah, let's go, baby! I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah! Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Ooh, she even took her glasses off for that one. Got her on that one. Got him! She was popping a cold one for the boys. Sometimes you gotta do that. Order, order, order. You gotta take the gloves off to pop a cold one with the boys. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. Her glasses literally broke and they broke? I missed that. I saw the glasses move off. I didn't see that they broke. Amazing. Well, dang. I wish I just had spare glasses like that. That'd be awesome. My vision insurance only allows for 2 pairs a year. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar! The bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. Andrew, sounds like 2 pairs an hour. I'd believe it. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So, the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Just because he's defeated me in every case I've gone against him in. This is clearly him lying. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic, and lull us all into his misguided... No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. Can I send the animation real quick? Go for it. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. Alright, hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, wow. Dang, they just explode. Wow, okay, amazing. They just literally... that's dangerous. That's like... That's, you know? Maybe I'm glad that my glasses don't break like that. I would be very worried. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you're so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Hey, she closed her eyes? Look, glass can go through eyelids. Especially if there's enough energy in those glasses to make them explode. I don't know. One wrong direction, and that's a trip to the hospital right there. Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose, for a second, that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was... So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right? I heard you were a bit of a class clown back in middle school. Honk honk. Look, Edgeworth just has Clussy fever, and he just wants to make whoopee to her cushions. Alright? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Objectifying! He made fun of me. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Dorgy, did you drop your elk antler? Hold on 1 second, shit. Right, shit. Oh. Oh, that's right. Alright, bud. Maybe chew on your elk antler in the middle of the bed, not on the edge of it, right? I know, uh-huh. Objectifying was way funnier than it should have been while we're on the topic of that video. It's too good. It's a perfect video. Let's see. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Celeste, was her suicide note hidden? I feel like it's gotta be this. Was her suicide note hidden? Like, we the jury, That's just out of order. And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright, why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? I'm gonna lose points. Dang it. Yes, and never bring it out again. Can't a foolishly foolish fool get some love? Hey, Karma's not even here right now. Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Alright. I thought the suicide note. Okay. Clearly, Celeste Impax's body was in there. Why would a suicide note be in the case? Because Juan Corda is holding on to her suicide note. At least that was my thought process here. Alright. What would have been inside? Okay, let's look at this. If not the guitar, the attorney's badge, clearly! I just need to use this, clearly. Maybe Lotta's camera? No. Old Bag stole the camera. Oh, dude, come on. What would have been in there? Dude, this is... Okay. Let's look at this picture. What would have been inside that she would have wanted to look for? Dude. Not the radio transceiver, that was given to us. I can give you a hint, it's not the suicide note. I mean, yeah, we know it's not the suicide note now. Because it would have been that. Ah, dude, okay. Let's see. What would have been... It wouldn't have been this. Okay. Guitar caseception? Yeah, another guitar case! I would believe it. Okay, let's see. So it could be the button, but I don't think that's it. Like, it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this, because that is literally in his, like, in him. Okay. It's in him? Yeah, the knife. The knife is in him. Look, in the crime photo. Right here. Right there. See? The knife is right there. See? So the knife wasn't in there. Like... Oh! I know what was in there! I know what was in there. I know... Where's the other photo? Where's the other photo? Someone said they thought they saw her going, thank you for the chirp. Thank you, I will change my smoke detector. I'm gonna say the costume. Because literally, it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this. There's literally nothing else. We know that Old Bag stole this stuff. I'm literally left with this. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Woo! Lurk, good luck, gang. Thank you for the lurk. Sting Rachel, have a great rest of your night. This is a photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. Smooch my boy for me? Yes, I will. Don't worry. I'll give him a big ol' smoocher. He's playing with his elk antler right now, so he's having fun. In this picture? It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What? That was a dumb guess. I'm very happy. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right. Are you saying the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Yeah. Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who is starving for a big scoop. Scoopity poop. Poop to whoop. Poop to scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? I'm not gonna say when, but if you get an option that includes the word stolen, please choose it because it is hilarious. Will do. You mean this photo? Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case, of all places. True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? Alright, it says stolen right here. I'm gonna go with it. Actually, I'm gonna save first, in case it takes away all of my health. It may be in your immediate right now future. It's in my immediate right now present. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. On Guard. Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. On Guard would be forced to go naked. That is the rules, chat. Amazing. Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this court. Excuse me? Mr. Matt On Guard did not take his costume off after the awards ceremony. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing his costume. Listen, Edgeworth, get a bedroom first. Look. No time. He does it right here, right now. Is this not correct? Ah, yeah, he did say something like that, didn't he? That's what I thought. Alright. There's a spare costume, there we go. And it didn't take away all my health, so I don't need to reload. Mr. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 nickel samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. Oh, he was gonna be the one to give the speech. But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. And then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... He was gonna confess. Come on, please. What is this? Yes! Okay. On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? What struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Let's go. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt On Guard. Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure. Ooh, got him on a technicality. He's guilty. Send him to jail. Matt On Guard did it. The case closed. Kill him. Put him away. Firing squad. Do your thing. Miss Andrews? I can see why you're a pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Oh, he had the suicide note. What? And do you know what this secret of Mr. On Guard's is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. On Guard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button, and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Okay, wow, okay, like... This is levels of illegal, but alright, let's go. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Come on, dude. This dude just... Alright. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine, Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. We got this. That just means I had to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. There we go. I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Would you say that your intuition was your I can't speak today. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. Ugh! If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? So, would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt On Guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrew? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. On Guard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Has Mr. On Guard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corrida with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. On Guard, yet you still helped out. The person on trial right now is Mr. On Guard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. He was sleeping. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. On Guard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie, so you could cover for Mr. On Guard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Ah! Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. We're just pushing her on everything. She has had to change so much. Like, I do not understand how we constantly keep bringing people that are liars. Lying the entire time. Like, it's like 9 lies and 1 truth. And the judge is like, I see no reason to believe this person wouldn't lie about the rest of everything. Guilty, 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 guilty. It's infuriating, chat. That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard. I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you are not. Ugh. And I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. Where? And what? If you had to protect him, why'd you set him up? But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. On Guard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corrida planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. On Guard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. And please stop. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. That's what she said. Oh, 1 second, chat. I'm getting a text. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove him right. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt, but I'm Matt's manager. Okay. Okay, what is the evidence that I have? Okay. Stabbed with the knife was planted afterwards. Strangled with a scarf. Shocked from okay, it's not these. Corrida's blood. Ripped from the costume. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any right to... That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. So she wanted to destroy Matt, but she can't let him go down for Moida. This was the one thing... Okay, if this is correct, where she was like, she knew too many details. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and he even said that there was something to trip her up. Okay. Wait! Wait. Wait a second. Hold up. Hold up, chat. Okay, hold up. Roll with me here for a second. Roll with me. He was strangled, then stabbed with a knife. He was dead when he was stabbed with the knife. So, there wouldn't be any blood on this. The button wouldn't have been ripped. The button wouldn't have been ripped because... Or, if it was ripped, it wouldn't have blood on it. Let me look at the crime photo. I think, literally... Yeah, there's, like, no blood. There's very little. It's, like, it would not have gotten on there. Like, you would have had... Okay. Hold up. Let's go. Yeah, baby! This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume. When? Got him! Let's go. After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly. Which means... It is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. We got it now. Order! What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know that this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Yeah, gotcha now! Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? Have a memento of the crime to destroy evidence. It's to pin the crime on guard. Like, come on now. But I'm going to save just in case. I do not... it has to be pin the crime on guard. There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Finally, I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard is... I mean, it has to be her. It's either her or he did it to himself. And I don't think he did it to himself. There's literally no one else. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! Pokeball, go! You are Mr. Corrida's killer. What? The glasses broke again. Alright, she needs to get better glasses. Come on now. Order, 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 Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews. Well, how preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he'd already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion on the Mr. On Guard, nationally. Naturally, not nationally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Glasses broke again. That's the third pair. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body, or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Fourth pair of glasses down. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right! That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Pair 5! And to top it all off, there is this photo of a short nickel samurai. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. On Guard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him, and we know Matt On Guard isn't a short king. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kinda short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. Wow, come on now. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us a way to avoid self-incrimination. by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Alright, we got this. Let's go. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. On Guard's room. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there is still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What? I've already proved On Guard's innocent. That's literally my only job here. Huh? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. How? 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 I've literally... What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You've yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. I mean, we don't have the suicide note. Come on now. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I'll abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? No, actually not. Don't let judges bully you into that. Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No! She's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. No! No! How? Come on. Just because Edgeworth goes it's circumstantial doesn't mean that we haven't proved On Guard's innocence. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true! In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial... No, we have to do it today. Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial? Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but... Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirred. Shaken, not stirred? Hey, let's go. Not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again. As to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. Hey, that rhymed. She's a poet. She didn't even know it. Surely this won't go wrong. Clearly. Nothing ever goes wrong for Phoenix. Phoenix, stupid. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found the body. That glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and I saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Okay, yeah. Oh no, I just find my buddies collapsed in a chair, looking totally out of it. That's very normal, very normal behavior. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim? Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. I like lying. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Alright, there's like 3 things. Oh wow, so there's 6 things. Okay, wow, there's a lot to press on. A lot to bully her for. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then, who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? No, I kind of have a client. In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Ugh. So, it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corrido? I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, you'll find yourself some evidence. Ugh. And then, what did you see next, witness? Slumped over? Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? She wouldn't have noticed. What about the knife? The knife? Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned destroy everything in your hotel room and then take a little nappy poo? Anyways, that's what I thought. They don't call her Adrian Smart Andrews for nothing. So true. So very true. She's such a gigabrain. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all. I went to, okay. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. Then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? Is this when you noticed the knife? And how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward and knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Alright. Alright, what about the knife? Alright, it's gotta be this. Nope, wasn't it. Okay, I screwed up. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Blah, blah, blah. It does, I don't see it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Wow, 2 health? Present the photo, probably. Yeah, the crime photo might also be good. I feel like the knife should have been easy. So, okay. So I had the right idea. Just, they wanted me to show the photo instead of the knife. But, okay, whatever. I had the right idea. I was on track. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? I mean, to be fair, the photo directly shows that he was stabbed. The knife just says, said it was in his body, I think. Fair. Fair. I was on a parallel track. I was running right next to it. There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. I don't know. When I go check up on my buddies and they have a knife sticking out of their chest, I'm always like, buddy, did you do this to yourself? Are you alright? Wake up, drink your tomato juice. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is? Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. I would think he's faking. That's a plastic knife, yeah. And just to make sure, I would press the knife even further into their chest, as a joke. Just to prove that it was indeed plastic and fake, and they were being a little faker-daker. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. No! It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Onguard, is not guilty after all. Thank you, God. I'm not kidding. That knife looks so obviously planted, I think it's fake. I mean, yeah, it's so easily, like, and like the scarf is still around his neck too. Like, at least take the scarf off, hide the scarf, make it look like he was actually stabbed. Like, it's so silly. The defendant, Mr. Matt Onguard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself. Wait a minute, Ace Attorney cases aren't one-day something-offs. This one has to be. This one has to be a one-day case. That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify. Dude, I'm losing it. Come on.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Onguard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Onguard.
Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple. Yeah? This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. I mean, fair. This is accurate. Oh my god! Thank you, thank you. I will indeed change my smoke detector. Thank you.
The absolute real truth? What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Onguard will go free. And in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? Guards! This woman has clearly lost her composure. I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Watch what she has to say actually prove Matt guilty. Oh boy, let's see. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Onguard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should I do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone, help me.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Yeah, the truth? What's that? I really only care about Maya right now. Like, let's get her not guilty, and we can have a whole other court case for her. Like, come on. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? The guy called The Killer. He wouldn't happen to be the killer? Oh? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Request not guilty verdict. I can, but I feel like we have to get her to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. See, chat? Life hack. If you ever kill somebody, go into the courtroom and go, Me? Me? Ooh, I'm just a small bean. How could I do a murder? If you make a face like that, you can get out of anything, chat. In fact, I would know. I've done that every single time and gotten off of murder charges. Every time by doing this. Fun fact. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you're really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure. Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong. What a shame. Huh? I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However...
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop!
Mr. Edgeworth!
This witness, how should I put it? She has an illness. She has a fever. And the only cure is more cowbell. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop! Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. Edgeworth, bro! He's doing it. Look. He's gotta do what he's gotta do. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature? Having other people know about it scares you more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop, I beg you. If people find out, I could potentially not go to jail. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Edgeworth, how could you be so cold? Does calling her pathetic and saying kill yourself go under doing what I have to? Sometimes you really gotta get that verdict, alright? Sometimes to get the truth, you just gotta push them. Edgeworth is basically here going, do a flip. Alright, Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. Huh. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Yeah, let's go. Come on. I'll talk, but please, help me. I really like her outfit, chat. It's so cute. There's no way she could be a moiterer. Nothing matters anymore. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. What was your inconvenience?
Stab the body? With the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but who cares? This is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. I mean, she's still gonna get some jail time for that, right? That's like super tampering with evidence. Like, that is jail time, right? What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
My crime. Alright. Let's go. We'll press. We gotta press. Okay. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. Hold it! What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife, and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room. Okay, there we go. So, you were the one who stabbed the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off, and then plant it in Mr. On Guard's hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? What was your inconvenience? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made it into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, right? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the nickel samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. On Guard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it... The real criminal is Matt On Guard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. Huh? It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Oh, wait, did he... Oh my god. Today's trial it's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. Oh my god, she could have brought this up at any time. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him. You found that card? Next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? You absolute troglodyte. Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why... Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? To be continued? Oh my gosh. No. We're not ending stream. We're continuing. I don't have work tomorrow. I can do this. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. March 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! There, Pearls. I can't take it. Anymore. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. Huh? The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't be, as Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Mystic Maya's in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So... Hey, you guys! Glad I caught you, pal! Mr. Scruffy Detective? Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just a plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now. I came to talk to you, pal. Oh, he got fired? Damn. Damn! But we're kind of busy right now. I think we've seen all this stuff. Hey, it's wilting a little. Okay, wow, no, we haven't. I'll give it some delicious water, pal. It's okay. I already did that. The watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can? Oh, the watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can? Did he just call the watering can Mr.? This is the, Nickel Samurai, right? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Nick, please take care of Mystic Maya and be her Nickel Samurai, alright? My desk, since I don't have time to sit, it's unusually clean. Oh, I cleaned it up even more for you last night. But I can get it even more cleaner, pal. Ah, that's for the toilet. What a mess, literally. We're not hiring Detective Gumshoe. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Oh, do you need to look something up in one of these law books, Mr. Nick? Which book is it? Which book do you need? I can't read those hard books, and, I can't reach them either. But I can read, and I'm tall, pal. Please stop competing with an 8-year-old. It's disturbing. Okay. So, what are you gonna do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? You'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay, by the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. But I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to, almost need to frame Mr. On Guard? I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning?
Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but, well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and she's still hanging in there. It should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you gonna visit her, pal? No, well, I was kinda thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? You look like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. No. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see, the name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Haughty Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Should we show him any of the evidence? No, he's like... Okay. He's just gonna make us some noodles. Who would have thought that this knife Mr. On Guard used to eat his dinner steak with, go on, that it would be stabbed into the victim's body by Miss Andrews of all people? I guess she just hated the victim that much, huh, pal? The question isn't why she hated the victim to that extent, but rather, why she tried to pin the murder on Mr. On Guard. I wonder if she really hates Mr. On Guard. I mean, yes. Anything? Anything? Nothing, okay, that's fine. Nothing, not even about the crime photo? Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's move on. We have so many places still. March 22nd, Detention Center, Visitors Room. From what the guard told me, it sounds like along with Mr. On Guard, Miss Andrews is also being detained here. Then we should talk with them since we're here. Yeah, but both of them are still in questioning. And we don't have time to waste. Yeah, visiting hours are almost over. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will you? Pass the victims list around. You gotta be kidding me. There's over 100 people on here. Mr. Nick? Is Mr. On Guard really that big and bad of a criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. Alright. Hotel lobby. March 22nd. Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. You shall not pass! I can't believe Gandalf is finally showing up in the game. Oh my god. Miss Oldbag, don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But I have something more valuable. I wanted Edgy Boo's heart. It's all mine. It's all your fault. You've awakened the old wild beast inside me. Ah! Did she pass out? Ah, Miss Oldbag. Keep your hands off of me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in, and no air gets out. Then why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. Oh, I'm so tired of her. Night of the murder. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Ha! You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, whippersnapper. Ugh, looks like the only way I'm gonna get any investigating done is to first do something about this kooky alien. Yeah, okay. Okay, I've gotta give her something. Nope. Nope. Let's show her a corpse. Can you please take a look at this? Sorry, Sonny, I can't see it very well through this helmet. I have to do something. I see that look in your eyes. You stop thinking I'm an alien from outer space this instant. Okay, we'll stab her. Okay, that didn't work either. Nope. Okay. What if we give her a photo? Okay, whatever. Alright, let's leave. Let's just move on. I can't go anywhere. I have to do this right here. Okay. I'm gonna lose my mind. Nope. Alright. Okay. So nothing works on her. No. Maybe I can find something by looking around. Hey, I said no restless loitering and no touching. You're interfering with my watch, and that's a no-no. Ugh. Okay, how do I get her to go away? Dude, this is... okay. Let's see if the detective can do anything. Nope. Shoot her? Look, if I could, I would. Well, now that he's got no job, he can be a bouncer for me. Also, welcome to the stream, D-Tripper. No, he has nothing to say. Dude, I hate this old lady. She is the bane of my existence. Let's go to the clinic. Whatever. I hope you're doing well. And, yes, I saw Broken Lore unfollow. Trust me. Quarter 3, when that game comes out, I'm getting it. Them releasing a game every quarter... I'm so excited. Unfollow comes out quarter 3, I think, and then Followed comes out quarter 4. I'm hoping those two are connected. But, yeah, great year for Broken Lore. I've been really enjoying those games. March 22nd, Hottie Clinic Reception. Never thought I'd come back to this place. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ho ho. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me, yes. This dude has so many problems. He either has lice, scabies, something. He's on drugs. Director Hottie. Edgeworth. Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes. What is it? Director. Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes, yes. And that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun after all. And when I snuck up on her real secret like, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. But she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes. But I think I could get used to it. She doesn't even have like a cast, or not a cast, like a sling. If I got shot in the shoulder, I would at least have a sling. She's just looking perfectly fine. Go back to your room. You're so mean. So mean, my frisky Frischka. But that's good. Okay, yes, it's time for my IV drops. Yes. And what are these tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I knew I shouldn't have come here. The shooting. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trials this morning.
But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, want us to wonder if he is simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. On Guard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I'd been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find On Guard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then On Guard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of herself being found guilty. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me... What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far? But she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry. Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelly the Killer. Oh, there we go. Oh, and it looks like a shell. I see. Shelly. Alright, Shelly. And just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin. The best at that. An assassin? Picture card added to the court record. So, who is this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelly is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. So, like, this is open and shut. Why would he do something like that? We think it is a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. Oh, wait! Any onto his clients. So, I see. So Matt on guard might have actually hired Shelly to kill her, to kill Juan Corrida. Okay, maybe. We'll see. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So, you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it. Wouldn't you agree? Jelly the killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. See, I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen. You need to know something. Juan Corrido was killed by Shelly the Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt on guard. Your own client. Please, stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. Letter of introduction added to the court record. Allows bearer to freely investigate the crime scene. Okay, in any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now if you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. On Guard hired an assassin? No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock. Yeah, I guess not. Oh, very true. Maya. Please. All I ask is you make it home, safe and sound. Date? Time? Location? I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up. Just like how Nick does with everything in court. Okay, buddy. Girl. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. There's all sorts of things piled up here. It's too dark to see. You gonna say that about everything? What's this? It feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Girl, you would be so drunk. Getting turned. I've unlocked the door with this card. I should probably go and take a look around. Okay, this looks like maybe Juan Corrida's place. Because there's animals right here. There's the bears that he always has. And if he has pets, they could go through the pet door. That looks like Celeste Impacts right there. So this is definitely Corrida's place. Because he was upset. And I think he wanted to expose Matt on guard for what happened with Celeste. I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them the sis and maybe get out of here. Wow, I've never seen a TV this big before. Now where's the power button? Ooey, it's busted. I would so die a Happy Samurai fan if I ever got to see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Heck, I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered. What is this thing? An antenna? I guess? And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. What is an antenna doing here? Oh, hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Dude, how have you never used a computer? You are 18 years old. I literally opened up my first email account at 4 years old. What are you doing, Maya? Drat, there goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. Literally could escape by hopping onto an AOL chat room right now. But she can't turn the computer on. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear? Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. Yeah, definitely, we should... Okay. Locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through there. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Ah! It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean, dead men tell no tales, is how the saying goes, correct? Dead? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nah, Nick. March 22nd, 7:04 p.m. Hottie Clinic. Reception. Mr. Nick? Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth is left, you know. I guess for now, I have no choice but to believe in Mr. On Guard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going, too. Okay. Our visiting hours still, like... Okay. Nothing. Letter of introduction. Nothing. Okay, yep. I don't know why. Anything? Picture card? Oh yeah! Do you know about this card? Card? Edgeworth, for some reason, went pale the instant he saw this card. Hey, I know what this is, pal. You do? No matter what way you look at it, I'd say it's a picture of a shell. Okay, he's useless. That's it? Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Edgeworth really likes those cooked snail things. What are they called again? Escargots or something like that. Mr. Nick, I think we just solved the mystery of why Mr. Edgeworth's face turned pale, right? As I suspected, Gumshoe has no clue. Alright. Nothing, let's go see if we can go do any talking. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aw. Ugh. I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright. A lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh, yeah. There's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt On Guard. Ah, here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So, actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shoe. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house. He's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shoe for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? Did you leave the door unlocked? This is terrible. Let's hurry. We have to feed his cat. I'm sure poor Shoe's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. That's note jammed into a pocket. A client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on his cat. Alright. Go to the hotel lobby. Living room. Let's see if we can show this to her first. Nope, 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 not that, not that, not that. This. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, if you would look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo! Ugh. Is that her perfume? Pheromone d'amour I smell? Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly? That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand? Letter of introduction given to Miss Oldbag. I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook. Alright, it looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. That may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ah. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. What? What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into On Guard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Windy Old Bag. Alright, let's check everything around here. It's the stage they were going to use for the post-ceremony stage show. After the show, there was supposed to be a press conference, but that press conference, it was really the victim, Juan Corridor, trying to disclose something about Mr. On Guard. But they're both heroes. Why would they do something so unheroic? They may look like heroes on the outside, but on the inside, they're only human. They're only human, after all. Alright, no. I want to look at it again. Come on. These cameras must belong to the press that came to cover the conference. They're all basically doing the same thing, staring at the empty stage. Seats for the spectators of the post-ceremony show and press conference. But it's too bad neither event is going to be held now. There we go. A lobby with a grand staircase always feels enormous. But right now, the only thing filling this enormous room is anxiety about the murder. I really hope nothing else bad happens here. Dude, how much longer is this case? I was really hoping to beat the game tonight. We'll see. We'll see, chat. I really want to start 100 defensive linebackers. One day. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel. Looks like we're the only ones here. Better eat all this food. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. The award ceremony was held on that stage. It was really fabulous. You just reminded me of the circus for a second. I wonder if everyone is alright. I heard that Berry Big Circus just recently started holding performances again. I'm sure they're all fine, Pearls. This sure is one luxurious hotel. Almost to the point of gaudy, with how it blends together everything fancy imaginable. Speaking of fancy, didn't that bellboy give me something like that last year? That is such a beautiful sight. The chandelier? Yes, but I can't believe it. I can't believe that such a terrible murder happened under such beautiful lights. It's shocking. There's a grand set of doors over there. It's the doors Maya followed the bellboy out of, only to disappear. If only we had all gone together. I want to eat a meal with Mystic Maya again. Yeah, me too. Whenever I watch Mystic Maya eat like she does, it makes me happy about eating, and then I can eat a lot. Well, then... How about after we wrap up this case, we all go out for a huge 20-course feast? Okay, let's work really hard then. They haven't cleaned up all the food yet. There's a sad feeling hanging in the air now that the party is over. That it? Is that everything? Yep, okay. March 22nd, Gatewater. Hey, city boy! Lotta, you're still here? Wrecking course! An investigative photographer eats or stars on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has the aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But, do you have a camera? Brett Gibbon? A photographer's gotta have cameras out the ear like corn to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What? You really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but... Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. Scandal. So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah. Can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about On Guard shoving his manager lady on the corridor? Yeah. Ah, well, I reckon you best not be believing that. What? Look, I sorta wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bull-dooders. You just lied. Okay. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Hey, and why do you look like you suddenly got older, too? Or am I just shrinking here? My baby. My $1,600 baby. What's with that red-coated prosecutor, anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me. Well, that's kind of how it is. Hey, you're that red coat's friend, ain't you? So put in a few good words for me and give me back my camera. You want me to do what? Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours, and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. And you too there, little one. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. Okay. And make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it right to me. Would you please just leave already? Okay. I can understand flowers in front of the dressing rooms. But what are stuffed bears doing here? Could it be that there's an action star with a soft spot for teddy bears? Nah, it can't be. You already know there is. Juan Corrida, literally, his entire room was bears. Come on. Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says, Juan Corrida's room. I wonder what exactly happened in the room behind this door. Even now, no one really has any idea. No. There are toilets in each room in this hotel, but since all sorts of events are held here, there are bathrooms for people who aren't staying here to use as well. Perfect for people like me, who can't afford to stay here in the first place. To Mr. On Guard from the Global Studio staff. Ah, it'd be nice if lawyers got flowers too. Something like, to Mr. Wright from all your grateful clients. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says, Matt On Guard's room. The old lady told us about this, didn't she? That we can't go in this room tonight? I wonder if an investigation briefing is going on right now inside.
without Detective Gumshoe. Alright, let's move on in. What is this noise? Mr. Nick? What is that otherworldly ghastly moaning? I hate evil ghosts. I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Excuse me, watch who you're calling a demon, brat. Zoinks! It's the alien. Who are you calling an alien? Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here? What is wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to poor Juan, and you're disturbing me. Dude, I hate. Alright. Let's look at every single thing in the room. There are all sorts of things in this refrigerator. The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty. Empty? It's too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. They're all vegetable juices. I guess he must have been a real health nut. Oh, there's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too. Maybe red was his favorite color? Wow, there are a lot of bears. Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. There are kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Poor teddies. It's hard to bear with all these problems. Roll. I don't think I want to bear with the trauma the last case caused me. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? It's so messy here. Pearls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, pretty please? Okay, that over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist. I know what a watch is. Oops, for a second there I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. It's a suitcase. There are so many things in it that I bet it barely closes. There's this clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator. Do all stars pack too much stuff like Mr. Corrida? Ooh, a Zoji Rushi. I need a new rice cooker. That would be great. Beep boop. It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it much. There's a bottle of it on the table over there. It's probably where this came from. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Corrida fought his assailant. These glass shards, they're probably from the glass vase Miss Andrews knocked over. So, the Nickel Samurai's costume is in here? Yeah. I can't believe Mr. Corrida went so far just to say bad things about Mr. On Guard. Well, it was a press conference, so he had to go in costume. But weren't Mr. On Guard and Mr. Corrida friends? They weren't friends. They couldn't be friends because they were rivals. So a rival is someone who is a strong enemy? Girls is really fired up over this, and I don't have an answer for her. It looks like Mr. Corrida had dinner that night. This bottle, it's tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the award show that night, but I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this. Water. So good. Right, anything else? There we go, yep. So that's a bed. Yep, it's big, but it's a bed. Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft. How easily children are entertained. Alright, now we can finally talk to her. Night of the murder. Please talk to me about the night of the murder, just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. With that imbecilic look on her face? Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, alright. Now I've seen everything. But you know I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. Memories of Corrida. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Corrida. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts, in my book. But I heard that he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. On Guard. Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know? But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at this mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him. Yeah, the mountain is pretty big, and certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? The presents. They're all bears, right? She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Corrida's presents from his fans seem to be bears. Oh, that's because you can't think of Juan without thinking about bears. Bears? Why bears? You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight they became friends. Wow, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two tuckered out. Down by a river going, hey, you sure can fight. You too, bub, you too. Bears don't actually do this. Did all that really happen? It's in his biography, bub. What a load of crock. So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Yeah, nice. Bears. Okay, we gotta... Okay. Please, anything would be helpful. Well then, how about I tell you my... Nope, don't need to know that. Okay, we gotta find something. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. I don't think she has anything to say. Outside of... We can question her on these two. Yep, not even talking about that, yep. Nope. Alright, I'm not sure there's anything else to talk about with her. We'll go to the hallway. Go to the Viola Hall. And we will go to the hotel lobby. And we will go to the living room. There we go. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Wow, okay, this is ridiculous. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Dude, this is a Final Destination trap waiting to happen. You would not find me on a couch directly underneath a motorcycle. Unless that is like a balloon. An inflatable motorcycle? No, no shot. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shu, the kitty cat. Shu! So I guess this is Shu. Ah, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shu. Hee hee. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me? Oh my god. Oh, okay, wow. Huh? May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. On Guard's lawyer. The Masters? Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. Nice to meet you. Okay, so this is the Killer. Let's ask the Killer what he thinks about the Killer's radio transceiver. Alright, let's talk to him. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe About 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. On Guard the kind to have a maid over a butler. True. We all loved Guilty Crown. That's a very cute cat you've got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shu. Wait, he said he didn't feed Shu. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well then, I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled into a ball and thrown... Why did you do that, Phoenix? Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young and already so accomplished. A master of law. But there is also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me. Okay. A giant bicycle is flying through the air. That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal, and it moves on its own. Really? Wow. But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly. Oh, that's too bad. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? Ugh. What is it with me and feeling inferior today? Hey, I think Maya's in that room. Potentially. Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here. That's actually a fireplace. How are they different, Mr. Nick? You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it. You should come and visit Fay Manor then. I'll show you one when you do. Anything else? Stairs? No. Oh, room. There's another door over there. You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick. Yes, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. Or, now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. Alright, let's go. Ah, there are masks here. Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo. Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick. I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. And last but not least, there's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. On Guard's cat to use. Oh, you mean Shu? The door. It's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. But we could send Pearl in there. Are we really not going to do anything? Really? Come on. Really? Oh my gosh. Okay. No, nothing. Okay. Let's see if Detective Gumshoe has anything. Literally anything. Literally anything. Nothing. Alright. God, dude. Okay. Nothing. Best viewers on stream, bro. Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna become... Oh. Oh well. Maybe next time. Okay. Let's see. What am I missing? Go to the hallway. Go back in the corridor's room. Growl! I'm Uncle Bear and I say it's barely 8 o'clock. What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime. Ugh, that startled me. I thought I was gonna die for a second. 8 p.m.? That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember? Time sure flies.
Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. The transceiver. Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya, how is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news. So it would seem my present did you no good. No, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! One more day, please. All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time. Please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all. Please. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's alright. Alright. Then... a little... What is with this static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems... bad. This... connects. Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break? I'll excuse me. What? What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static. Ah, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. Sooner the better. What do you know about this? Okay, fine. Alright, let's go... Gotta find, someone who's an expert. Maybe Gumshoe? No? Yeah, okay. Let's try. Alright, let's go. Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice. Thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have time to eat. Oops, looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You've gotta be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. The transceiver. The transceiver? Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing's just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke in the static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was the electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? Okay, so, okay. Wait, hold up. I just want to make sure you didn't have anything to say about there we go, yeah. There we go. So what is electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way... I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen. The stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Huh? Computer? It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV, and the screen starts looking weird. Oh, yes, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about. He seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. So, the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened, there's gotta be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like a listening device or something. Ah. Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Corrida's room, the scene of the murder. What? That's it, I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal? Wait, Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! He's just gonna We should get going too, Mr. Nick. Alright, let's go. So, we're just... Alright, that's fine. He's just gonna sneak into the precinct. I'm sure that's not illegal in any way whatsoever. Everything will be just fine. Hey! You're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. Okay, so that... From the outside, I mean. So, yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper? It looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Oh my god, I'm going into the 2D world. Hello, Final Fantasy! How are you doing today? Happy, technically, yes, Memorial Day. Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure looks a little beat up. But I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. Waves. Not weaves. But isn't it better that way? Oh ho ho! Well anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay now, I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or somewhat other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. We're gonna find it, right? Right. Now, first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press enter to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's gonna give off radio waves. Let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious. Okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? Well, the phone is the most common place for a listening device, I'd say. Let's take the receiver apart first before we get ahead of ourselves here. Wow, you know a lot about electronics, don't you, Mr. Nick? Yeah, I know tons, especially when it comes to taking them apart. It's my specialty. I'll leave the fixing part up to Gumshoe. So, is there a listening device in there? No. I really thought it had to be in the phone, too. The robot bear. Ah, what a lovely bear. Rawr. This must be one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots. It's a robot? It's a real robot? Yeah, it's a real one. Mr. Nick? Yes? How many horsepowers is it? How many horsies? Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, cell phone. A cell phone. Nope, no bugs in here. A cell phone? What? Don't tell me you don't know what a cell phone is. I'm sorry, I've never seen one before. Now that she mentions it, my cell phone couldn't get any reception while I was staying in Purain Village. And Pearls has never lived outside of that village, so... Well, I guess I can't say it's impossible to live without one. Nothing? Nothing in the tomatoes? There doesn't seem to be anything giving off radio waves, Mr. Nick. Keep an careful eye on the bug sweeper and let's try again. This sweeper isn't exactly the best. Well, make do with what you have, right? The radio. The radio is on and playing something. Oh, it's Kids Question Corner. Professor, why is the Earth round? Yes, why is it, Mr. Nick? Why don't you listen to the radio program a little more, Pearls? We're not gonna take it apart? The TV! I don't really think the listening device is in the TV of all places. Looks like the TV was left on and it's now showing an old samurai movie. Yeah, this channel plays all sorts of international movies, as well as domestic ones. You know, every time I watch one of these old movies, I always think, wow, these Japanese stars are really good at English. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to study Japanese. I should probably keep my mouth shut here and not destroy your dream. He doesn't know what a dub is. Well, the listening device isn't in the air conditioner. Ah, yuck. This air filter is covered in dust and dirt. Yeah. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's wash it. I wonder if being a neat freak makes even the tiniest dust bunny look colossal. What? Oh, nothing. Oh. Lamp, check. Listening device? Nope. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah. And they're all on. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Ah, yeah. I'll be more conscientious from now on. Sorry, we didn't turn the lights on. Why am I getting flack for this? Lamp, check. Listening device, nope. I'm gonna say the same thing. Lamp, check. Nope. Alright. Alright. Okay, yeah, it was just that. I'm saying it now, chat. There's gotta be a listening device in one of the bears. Oh, the water in this hot water pot has run out. I'll get more water for it. Okay, sounds good. Looks like she's forgotten all about looking for the listening device. What's this? It sort of looks like a hot water pot, but... Oh, well, it's kind of like a hot water pot, I guess. But instead of hot water, coffee comes out. Really? This pot can do that? Is there a pot that orange juice comes out of? I don't think there's anything like that, Pearls. Sorry. No! Oh! Oh! There doesn't seem to be any... Wait. I thought it was... Okay, whatever. No, like, it definitely is. Whatever. This is a refrigerator, right? I really don't think the listening device is in something like this. Because it's filled with nothing but healthy vegetable juices, right? Yeah, sure. What does that have to do with listening devices? There's no listening device in that notebook computer, huh? What's a notebook computer? Do you know what a notebook is? Yes, it's a small book with paper that you can write on, so? Well, that thing is like a notebook in a way. It's basically a small laptop. Mr. Nick, what's a laptop? Okay. It's a TV's remote control. It didn't look like the listening device is in here. So I was thinking, I wonder if a TV remote works on other things, like, can I make you change your expressions like TV channels? Zap! Hey! But if I could, who are the people I would give the old mute button to? Well, I don't think it's going to work on me. Why don't we try it on Maya tomorrow, okay? Okay. What's this? It's a small video camera. No listening device in this gizmo. Everyone's trying to make everything smaller and smaller lately, aren't they, Mr. Nick? That's what it seems like. But I want to grow bigger and bigger. Well, eating only vegetables isn't going to help you there. You have to eat meat, too. Well, it certainly looks like an alarm clock. What's wrong? Why do you look troubled? I just can't imagine the listening device being inside this alarm clock. It just, sort of reminded me of something that happened a long time ago. Oh. Well, anyway, it looks like the listening device isn't in here. Wow, there's a really delicious loaf of bread in here. What? That's a bread maker, not a rice cooker? Looks like it's been on keep warm all this time since the murder. Well, Mr. Scruffy Detective always says, gotta keep the trail and crime scene warm. I think the keep warm in that case is a little more metaphorical. It's a plain old calculator. It says 50 on it. Maybe he was calculating his allowance? A whole 50 cents? Maybe if he was a spirit medium. What? And here we have a dryer. Nothing unusual here, I think. A dryer? Wait, why would the dryer be giving off radio waves? It's not plugged in. Oh! If you use it next to a TV, it'll make the screen look all weird, right? Yeah. And when that happens, it's called electromagnetic interference, right? Hey, good memory, Pearls. I will never forget it for the rest of my life. That was everything. Anything? Well, this is frustrating. We already looked at that. Okay. Let's see. What did I not look at? There was the cell phone. I think we've looked at everything. What am I missing? The watch? Oh, there's a clock. Okay. And the potato chips. Alright. We gotta... We can do this. We can do this. Although, maybe... Maybe this is all a red herring. It's not in the room. Oh. I legit can't do anything? I have to find it right now? There we go. See, it was beeping around the bear. I just had to, like, click it enough times. That's silly. But I'm glad look, it just kept going off every time I got close to the bear. Whatever. I found it. This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device? I mean, no, not yet. But this bear's eye is... Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we got. No, you can't. Such a violent act. Oof. No. It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. What's your emitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is there more of that high-tech stuff? Alright. So, this tiny thing is a camera? Yup, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. Tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else. Somewhere else? The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. Alright, set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour. It was running at time of murder. Interesting. So, what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yup, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time the awards ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. Alright, and finally stuffed bear. So there was a camera in this bear's eye, and it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Corrida this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there has got a video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh. Is there really no way to find out? Stuffed bear added to the court record. I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you going to do? I'm gonna go around to the electronics shops to see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even though I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! He's gone. Yeah. But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to... Oh, it's probably Edgeworth. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Ah! You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward, one step at a time. I see, thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that, Mr. Nick? Can he really? Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. Dude, he's strong if he's carrying out a bear. See you soon, right? Wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right. Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida? The real killer? Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. Juan Corrida's real killer. Miss Andrews is past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. On Guard. And this card, Shelly the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. To be continued. Okay, I do think I have to call it here. I feel like there's another 3 hours of this game going. I feel like we are not getting to the end anytime soon. So, yeah, so much left. Oh my god, dude. But still great. Okay. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited that there's still more, but looks like we will not be finishing this game tonight. Alright. Let's call it here. Let's go to the title screen. Boom, baby. Alright. Exit game. Let's go. Alright. Oh, chat. Alright. There we go. We're up to the big webcam now. Alright. This has been a great stream. I had a lot of fun. I'm excited for more of this case. Okay, come on. Let me see. They're like, okay, we're getting close. At this point, we have to be, we're getting there. So, it looks like June 1st, we've got, yep, alright, cool. We will be doing this game on June 1st. We'll see if I can maybe not stay up all night again, and maybe start at like 8 o'clock or something. We'll see. No promises, though. But, we're gonna work on this case, we're gonna solve it, we're gonna play Kodaka's new game. June is the month. It's gonna happen, chat. I've got some horror games planned for this Tuesday and Thursday, so don't worry there. I actually have one that's like very liminal, spacey, like based on like Dead Worlds. It's been a game I've been really interested in playing. It looks like a slow burn, but I do plan on playing it on Tuesday. We'll see if we can get some other games going. I'm excited. We'll see what I can get going. But chat, I hope you all have a great time. Have a great rest of your Sunday. If you don't work tomorrow, have a great day off. Exciting. I will be there. Looking forward to it. Get some rest. Thank you, D-Tripper. You have a great one. If you were all here in the beginning, the end, anytime in between, thank you so much. Have a great night. And remember, chat, it's not like I'm streaming for you or anything like that. Baka.